Never have I ever been so thrilled that one man came back from vacation. I'm Sean Plott.
And I'm Lee Grainer.
And I'm Sean Bouchard.
Welcome back, Sean! Dude, Sean, there has been a lot that has happened. We're going to get to that in a moment, but I wanted to just verify from my pal, Lee Grainer of LeeGrainer.com, creative consulting and coaching, one of my longest time friends, and of course, a legendary creative partner, educator, and communicator. I understand that there's like some sort of website or some sort of service that you provide that I am shamelessly putting you on the spot at the start of this show to talk about?
It's there's two divergent trees, but they actually I don't draw a distinction between them because they influence each other. There's creative coaching and there's project consulting.
Oh,
so,
look at this. Look at LeeGrainer.com.
What I've heard before, I've heard it said that coaching is when I solve your problems. Or no. Coaching is when you solve your problems. Consulting is when I solve your problems. So, so if you're all
I love it.
stuck and weird, and if you've got a creative block going, or you don't know, if you are like dealing with wanting to change, adapt, grow your like creative practice and stuff, we can do creative coaching. If you're like making a thing and you're like, I've never made one of these things before. I want to know a process of how to do it. I want to like have, veteran presence. I want to have an ally in this. Then we can do project consulting. And it's all kind of like wheeled up in the same thing. I've learned that I'm really, really good at it, and I really, really enjoy it. So you can get started by going to LeeGrainer.com and click through and get you can just straight up put onto my personal calendar a 30-minute free consulting session. So just do that. Fill my calendar up, do that, and then that's free. And like, I'm going to ask you at the end of it if you want to schedule a paid session, but like, it is rewarding to me to just do those sessions. Like, I'll try and give you some like value for that. Like, people have said, oh, I've been thinking about doing it, but I didn't know what, like, I'm not ready because I don't know what to tell you during our first like 30 minutes and stuff. And
Lee will figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Lee is literally underselling herself. I can't believe it. Oh my God. No, I talk to Lee all the time when I have creative pickles, man. Lee is God tier at this.
You sell me, and I'm gonna record. I'm gonna go back and review so that I can sell myself in what you say.
Yeah. Now you can do the thing where you cut out my mouth and my eyes, and then you can just like wear it as like a mask and just say the same things that I said, except instead of replacing, you replace she with I. There you go. But
I don't have my like key. I don't have key results written up yet for my coaching and consulting. Okay.
Yeah, because I think so much that like a lot of the process of doing a creative work is coming up with the questions and then coming up with the answers to those questions. And the coming up with the questions part is a lot of difficulty. That, I think, is the big part that a lot of people struggle with, where if I said to you, hey, you are making a platformer, and my question to you is, how do you make movement on this level interesting? People are really good at coming up with answers in that sort of situation. But understanding that you are looking at your project and you are trying to come up with those questions, that's very daunting and very hard. You just have an empty platformer level and it doesn't feel fun, and what do you do? Like, and that, I think, is what some of the scaffolding that happens if you are super long-term in an industry and you develop a lot of skill sets in it. Or if you just go to LeeGrainer.com and you go to consulting and coaching, and Lee can just help provide the questions to you and help provide the scaffolding so that you can start asking those questions yourself and be able to be creative alone, as is the goal for all creatives.
I mean,
always the goal.
You could be also like, I was not prepared for like how much my clients are just like my babies. They're just like my little babies. Like, it's amazing. I guess Sean B, you probably understand like with students and stuff, but it really is just like,
for sure.
Yeah. So you can be a long-term baby or a short-term baby. It doesn't matter. They're all the babies.
All right, perfect. We're now going to introduce Sean Bouchard to Rosewater. Sean, do you know anything about this game?
So the first day that you all played this, I watched about 15 minutes of it. and it was towards the end. There was like a shootout in a bar or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
A slow
And
shootout.
it seemed like you were trying to figure out like what was going on, what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. So,
And then I went on a cruise, and I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
and now you're sunburned.
This game is
you know.
look. This game is a straight across the plate, like a later template, sort of mostly walker is what we've got here. This is a shard light. This is a what else?
So this.
Yeah, this is.
Let me give you the whole.
It's a
shebang.
hob sparrow.
Yeah. This
Well,
is
it's not a hob
Sure.
sparrow. It doesn't have a gremlin in it, but
Yeah, Hobbs Barrow is a specific kind of a thing. But
Yeah. That's the genre known as Gremlin Core. This game is more cowboy core. And to describe, I'm going to describe the mechanics of it first. It really is more or less a interactive novel. There is a lot of talking. There is a lot of new characters coming in. And the amount of puzzle solving has been pretty low. There's just a lot of talking.
was that true?
I mean, I feel
guess
like we've
that's
done
true.
6 puzzles over 6 hours. Including one where I had to do a better job at shooting a gun at glass bottles, and I failed a lot.
Oh yeah, there was one of those. You missed that one. Try another kind of things.
Yeah,
That was almost like a reference to that meme.
Yeah,
But
no, it was.
I think it was just. We did it though, didn't we? So
Yeah.
maybe it was just very cleverly designed. It feels impossible, and then you do it because that was very rewarding.
But the sort of arc of the game, from a storytelling perspective, is semi-bizarre. Because we got to this town. This was the first screen that you see in the town. And when
Okay.
you walk this way, we can make our way over to the post office, which is
Okay.
where our very first revelation as to who we are and what we need to do is. We are Harley Leger, and we
Okay.
responded to, I guess, a work request, or maybe we sent in a manuscript. We got hired by the Rosewater Post and Publishing to write articles for them, and they said, go write a puff piece about gentleman Jake McJakington. I don't remember his last name.
Okay.
Jake chilling.
And
Yes, I saw part of an interview with maybe the man himself.
oh yeah, and he has a voice like this, and he's always trying to be charming. Yeah, no, and he
Okay.
clearly is a little bit more puff than reality, but we wind up meeting him and his assistant Louis, or Lewis, some L name, and they say, yo, there's this mysterious scientist who received all this investment money, and the scientist has vanished, so we're going to go try to find where he buried his investment money, because we know it's out there somewhere.
The scientist buried his investment
Don't
money?
focus too much on that
Interesting,
word.
okay,
I think that there was more information that would suggest that. So we decide
That is
to
incredible.
help these guys in their quest to discover what's going on with this scientist, and it turns out that we are in an alternate reality America called the
Okay.
United States of Vespuccia, I think. And
Okay.
Yes,
Because
it's
Yes.
Amerigo
Amerigo
Vespucci.
Vespucci.
Amerigo Vespucci, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we also learned that there's a mysterious technology called aethericity. It seems like some sort of like cosmic electricity that can do scary things. We
Okay.
have slowly gotten a party together of various people. There was a native, I guess we would call them native Vespuccians. Instead of Native Americans, we got native Vespuccians.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a young native Vespuccian woman. We got us, Harley. We got Jake and the assistant whose name I don't remember. I feel like there's one more person. Oh yeah, there's just this guy that who was like a general of the fort, who's like a Spanish
okay.
general. So we're in a sort of like invented Wild West, sort of like a retro futuristic Wild West area.
And are we still hunting for this like buried treasure?
Yes, we're still hunting for the treasure, and we keep getting caught up in more and more shenaniganry. And so, like,
Okay.
I feel that if the game had said you're looking for treasure, and then all this stuff happened, I'd buy it more. But our goal is to write an article. which is like so hard for me to not chuckle about. And we do have this thing.
I'm gonna just use ChatGPT. And you're done.
There it is. So let's see. So we read a little bit at the end of the last episode where we discovered a note in a diary in a town full of people that are effectively, the name of the scientist is Dr. Clark. They're like worshippers of Dr. Clark and have like a library of his artifacts and stuff. And we found in there a diary that suggests that maybe Dr. Clark didn't get vaporized in a blast of aethericity, that in fact, he's still alive. So it says, whatever other secrets might have remained sequestered in that laboratory, they've gone up to join the luminous ones now, which is to say that Phil has blown the whole place up to high heavens. So in the lore, the idea is that aethericity and the technology can help you step through a portal to live with ascended beings called luminous ones.
And is there like any kind of reason to believe that, or is that just sort of like the mythology that's grown up around it? Okay.
It's not clear, which is kind of fun. I'd venture to say that he derived no small amount of satisfaction from the exercise. It was in truth the only way we could figure on distracting the Chrysalis townsfolk for long enough to have a good snoop around that archive they've made of Dr. Clark's things. Chrysalis is the name of the town where everyone worships Dr. Clark. I knew they must have had something good stashed in there, and I was right. I discovered a lead as to Dr. Clark's whereabouts in his diary, which enclosed a cryptic invitation to a jolly good club in El Presidio. So we were bound for El Presidio as well. There's only the small matter of transportation to arrange. I'm told that Lola Johnson has a wagon for hire and is a person to see, which presents us with a problem, since she caught me ripping her off and is not likely to extend a warm welcome upon seeing me again. I have to find some way of mending fences, or we're going nowhere. So
Okay. Sounds like a side quest.
So there you go.
So I'm going to go ahead and go in here because I believe that the person who has the wagon lives in here.
Here we
and
go.
Click in there.
Lord have mercy.
Doink, doink,
You
doink.
robbed me, then have the nerve to come back here? In all my
Uh-oh.
born days, I don't think I've met anybody quite so foolish.
I get it. You're upset. I can explain.
Not interested.
Wait, it was that conniving
I
little
would be too.
snake, Jem. He said the watch was his, said you'd stolen it. He got one over on me.
That's outrageous.
I apologize, truly.
Bully for you. If you really are sorry, get it back.
Bully for us.
Wait, what?
Get back the watch? Get back what?
Yeah, so we got scammed into, because we needed to get tickets to Jake's show, because we're writing a puff piece.
Right.
So there was a person at the front who's like, I can get you in if you can give me that watch. It was mine, but she stole it. So then we went and we stole it from the person who stole it. But it turns out they didn't steal it. It was just their watch, and we stole it. So
I got it. Okay. So
Does
we
High
go?
Times
We got to go back to
Magazine call
Jake
their
and sort of
reviews-
shake Jake down.
sorry.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Crosstalk.
I need Sean's important
Yeah.
question first, and then I need Lee's obviously most important question second.
Yeah. No, I'm just clarifying. Like we got to go shake down Jake because and get the watch.
We got to
back.
shake down
down.
Jem. Jem is a
Oh.
conniving, scheming turkey.
Oh, who got us in?
Uh-oh.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Outrageous.
my internet blipped, so...
Blip.
Yeah, no, I've been having internet blips, so hopefully chat will let me know. Yo, chat, am I still live? This would be, I dare say, I blipped
right,
on
cool.
my internets.
People say yes.
And Lee,
The
you
audience says yes.
you had an incredibly
Feeling
important
lost?
question.
Buy a map of Rosewater. Just one credit.
Yeah. My question was, does High Times Magazine call their reviews of things puff
Maps
pieces?
for sale. Get your maps here.
Like
That
that
that's
wasn't
really
a
good.
joke. I just want to know if they thought of that yet.
I mean,
Feeling lost? Buy a map of Rosewater.
who can we
Just
call?
one
We need to
crowd.
call somebody now.
Hippie Rob from Stuff to Blow Your or Stuff You Should Know podcast.
You just keep turning
I
up
don't
like
know.
a bad copper, don't you?
Nice to see you too.
All right, give me Lola Johnson's
Who's
watch
this
back.
guy?
Listen, I will say, online, High Times has an archive of puff pieces.
Hey, all right, I did it.
Sometimes it's not word association. It's just discovery through intuition.
Yeah.
That is marketing. Buzz
you have
marketing.
something that doesn't
Because you're
belong to you.
buzzed.
Could you be more
I guess.
specific?
Lola Johnson's watch.
I don't know.
I want it back.
No can do. You swiped that watch for me fair and square.
So he's
Swipe
that
it
kind
back.
of a person.
Now,
Sure.
Sean, I'm not going to tell you how Lee and I have been playing this character. But as far as I can tell, this game actually does have some... It allows for branching options. Like, there were ways to get lockpicks to open a door. We also just bashed the door in. There's times when we've had opportunities to lie. So, like, this matters. And Sean, without telling you how we played, what do you want to do here?
Right. I mean, like, I know nothing about any of these people or what's going on, but I am an inveterate light side Jedi, so let's go with Persuade.
Yeah, you got it. Lee and I tried to be as insufferable as possible the entire time.
We've been doing we went for like a hot and cold kind of like fire and ice kind of. We wanted
I
to just
feel
be
like
most...
if you open with
Oh,
it's
yeah?
in your best
Why
interest to give me
that?
the watch back, then you could follow it with,
Yeah.
I will beat you up or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what is the
We were
interest?
we basically we played it as if like us coming into town was the beginning of everybody else's like bad day. Basically, like we're the worst. We're the worst person to just interact with.
Good, cool.
Yeah.
So, Sean, what do you think?
I think the first one is the only one that is likely to have any impact whatsoever.
All right.
Because the sheriff won't be too happy to know there's a thief in town.
I am shrimping so hard right now.
You're absolutely
I don't
right.
think you'll understand
Be
how hard I'm
ashamed if
shrimping
he
right
found
now.
out who really broke into One Eye's place and stole that watch. Should I go over there right now and tell him?
That won't be necessary.
Thought as much.
Damn. I got outsmarted.
Yeah, but then couldn't we tell him that he's
Sorry,
the
friends.
one that... Oh, I see. Neither of us can tell because then... I had this idea one time that I want to pitch you.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, I guess it's a little bit like a Joker, we live in a society thing, but I was like, this was back when I was riding a bicycle around in Madison, Wisconsin, and I had, a bike, a heavy-ass bike, and a heavy-ass bike lock. Just very cheap stuff. And I thought, I wanted to lock my bike to something. There was nowhere to lock it that the thing was connected, except there was like another bike that was unlocked that was just there. Oh, no, that's what it was. Their bike was locked. So if somebody else, here's what I'm wondering. How devious is it if you see someone's bike is locked to something, if you then lock your bike to their bike, but not to something else?
Well,
and then just leave.
That is literally you're double parking that bike.
Oh.
Right? Like as long as you're the first person back to retrieve your bike and drive away.
Yeah. Well, but in this case, though,
nobody cares.
Well, okay. How about this then? How about this? What if you see a bike that's not locked to anything, and you just lock your bike to it and leave?
That's just awesome. I have no other word for it. That's the
what are
coolest
you
thing.
accomplishing?
That's
what I'm asking you.
Simply you asking this has made me think even more of you.
I mean,
that's such a cool question.
I'll tell you how it happened. Is I saw, I was thinking about, okay, well, what am I going to lock this to? And I just thought, oh, that's something I could do. And then my brain went down that rabbit hole of what does this mean?
What does it? Okay, I see. So there's an existential question at the bottom of it.
Yeah, I went a little too deep.
You are. It's interesting. Because you are making it mildly more difficult for somebody to steal either or both of your bikes while rendering the other person's bike absolutely useless. So I feel like there's a freedom versus security argument being made here.
Well, and also you can imagine a sort of categories of people, sort of categories of personality that the other person could have, where they would certainly just take both bikes. But it would be so irritating for that.
No, well, here's the thing, Lee. I feel like that's the least likely outcome. Because here's why. The person who brought their bike and left it unattended, and then you locked your bike to their bike when they return, they have no other means of conveyance. If they had a truck, they would have driven their truck. They were on a bike.
And also there's somebody who doesn't lock their bike. Like truly like a chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't think there's anything evil about that. I think
while you're sorting this out, I'm just going to say, what are you up to now?
I'm merely afraid to ask.
Okay.
What
Don't let me
in the
stop you.
hell are
Yeah.
doing now?
let's just send this to
I'm
chat.
in
Send
the
it to
sandhill.
chat. Can you
To
please
whom
chat? Can you please
Near
make
as I can
a
tell, I'm the only new arrival.
chat?
The
Can you make
locals
a
in the market
grid
for maps of a town you can
fully
circumnavigate
illuminating
in
all
10
options in this
minutes.
scenario?
Yeah.
You're a real stick in the mud, you know that?
All right, I'm going to
send
threaten
it.
him.
You're
Chat
on thin ice,
GPT.
kid. Hand over the watch, or I might do something I'll regret.
No, you won't. We're in the middle of the town thoroughfare. You lay a hand on me, and everybody and his dog will see it.
Oh,
Oh,
I
man.
mean,
Sean
oh,
Bouchard,
like-
the other thing that sucks about this guy that you'll notice is that he has a top hat with goggles on it.
yeah. We might need to punch this guy in the head.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, yes, he's correct. Everybody will see you punch this guy. Is he a popular guy? He doesn't seem
Listen.
like he would be somebody.
I think that this is a popularity discovery technique, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
By the way, I
Just trying to test
love.
the water.
I was listening to some piece about art markets and art auctions, and someone described it as price discovery. We don't know how much the painting's worth, but the auction allows for price discovery. And I just think that's such a hoity-toity word. Just
That's
like,
amazing.
hey, we want to know how
That's-
much someone will pay for it. No, it's price discovery.
Wait.
Like, this is popularity
Price-
discovery right here.
Price discovery is price discovery though just hard worse than priming someone with a price?
Wait,
Because like
I
heard
don't
that,
understand the question.
I heard that part of the purpose of having a super high-end store where they sell a handbag that's like $2,000 is that they're doing that. They're establishing that we are in a world in which there are handbags that cost $2,000. Like that's
Right.
part of the purpose of the store. So if they did price discovery, they might discover that handbag was a $50 handbag instead of a $2,000 one. Whereas
I do
they're
think
priming
that
us.
the art market works differently, and by differently I mean differently from any other thing in the world.
Well, that could be. Well, because even the art market itself is actually performance art.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
you have
to performance art and financial speculation.
Yeah, so it kind of compounds. It's like a compounding interest of art, where it's like just
Let's
by
give them a
selling the
real
art,
show,
you're
then.
actually doing art.
Hell
Can't say I didn't warn you.
yes.
I mean,
Take
that's
his
art.
hat. Take his hat.
Take it.
Hold on,
Take
let me
his
search
hat.
him.
Here it is. I'd better get
Take
this
his
back to
goggles.
Lola quick.
Put his goggles on.
Punching someone out and taking his goggles is like such a devastation.
Look
of
at
someone.
how
We should-
little everybody cares about this.
We should punch him in the face and then lock a bike to his hat. That's what I'm
I'm gonna lock
talking
a bike
about.
to your stuff. Yeah. By the way, Jess 9000 solved it. Jess said that someone with a truck will just come and take both bikes.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah,
Which
it's
is-
so funny. Someone said, "Oh
it's
my
the third.
god,
It's the third man. It's the third man syndrome.
steal one bike, get 2 bikes free." I mean, that's incredible. Steal one, get one free.
It's a Sogo.
You got my watch?
Yes, here it is. No hard feelings?
For now.
Why are your
Why'd
knuckles
you come
bruised?
back here anyway?
Name's Harley
hard
Legere.
feelings
My
for
companions and
now.
I are headed to
Oh,
El
that's
Presidio,
very-
and we heard you've got a wagon
Yeah.
for hire.
I do. How many are you?
5, including myself.
Sean, we have a
Listen
party of
close,
5.
Because I'm only going to say
Okay.
this once. You
Seems
pull
like a
anything funny
auspicious
again,
number.
and you get left
No
on the side
one
of the
told
road.
you parties
Understood?
were gonna be
Yes,
a
ma'am.
5.
My
1, 2,
fee
3,
is
4,
40
5.
crowns up front.
Crowns.
Okay, here
Are
we go.
we not part of a free land? Are we not part
No.
of a?
I'm
we
sorry.
never ceded.
I think we're about to experience some price discovery.
40 crowns. I haven't got that much.
Then stop wasting my time and come
I only
back
have 7
when you do.
crowns on
I'll
7
come back
heads.
later.
Yeah,
On 7 horns.
I've discovered that it's actually 40 crowns. Let me see how much we
Wait,
got.
actually-
How many crowns do we
Yeah,
have?
if you have 7, if you have
I don't know. Someone, chat, backseat us. Crowns, 23. We keep it in a diary. Okay. Okay, I gotta screw this in. Let me just say, I have just spent the start of this show eating homemade Korean soft tofu soup. Every time it is unbelievable. And Lee, you're muted, and every time you're muted, it's the opposite of unbelievable. I'm devastated, actually. Oh, your mic is totally borked.
Here to be talking.
I messed up and muted everything for everyone.
49. Oh, you wait. So they didn't hear the thing about the rat bread?
Oh, man!
We were talking
Oh,
about.
they've been
we were
deprived
talking
of
about-
rat bread. I can't believe
We were talking about
none
how
of the rat bread stuff.
you had to grind rats to get crowns, and then I was
yeah.
like, "But yeah, like the downstairs in a blacksmith's is where you would grind rats." And then we were talking about rat bread and how like pirates had to eat rat bread on their ships. Sorry,
Miss
you got the
Leger.
reheated jokes.
Good to see you again. Nadine and Mr. Marquez were just telling me how you all were acquainted. Please do continue.
Please. do.
Also, Sean Bouchard, we were talking about how there's 700 billion cubic feet of space inside every room in the game.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
mean,
completely square.
this is America, right? Like,
yeah.
Did
Hey,
you ever make the acquaintance of Dr.
is
Bennett
America.
Clark?
Doctor. If that man's a
he
doctor,
chiropractor?
then I'm Hippocrates.
Shall I take that as a
Hippo
no?
crate.
Miss Leger, I do not
Hippocrates.
associate with lunatics and crackpots, especially
Well,
those
maybe
who
you should
recklessly
start.
cause the deaths of innocents. Now, let's not sully the good name of higher learning any further.
Have you met any
what about the
members
high name of gooder
Illuminarians?
learning?
I beg your pardon?
Oh yeah, they played at my
Community,
wedding.
living near the old Clark laboratory.
Dude, look at
Oh,
Nadine's
those
neck.
ethericity
Like,
cultists. Yes,
she is
they
definitely
do
gonna
make
get
their
some
way
cramps
into
up
town
there.
on occasion.
It's like
Sometimes
so-
they
Wait, I
even
can't
come
see
to
her
me
neck.
seeking
Oh, like
just
the
very,
forward.
just like
remedies
forward, yeah.
and
I mean,
forward.
I really can't.
And I've treated
I
one or
can't
two
throw
cases of
stones in that
malnutrition.
particular glass house right now.
Desert is a hard place to make a home. Something about the
That's
old
why it's called a
lab
fucking
draws in
desert.
the gullible and
Yeah, right.
deluded. Lost souls searching for meaning.
Well, that
And
may
treasure.
not be a worry
Meaning
anymore.
and treasure.
I'll see you later, Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
Good
Hey,
God.
So
Let's
Phil,
talk.
Phil is
What
one of
about?
our guys.
Are you looking
I
forward
need
to our journey west?
17
I more
crowns.
look forward to what we will find at the end of it.
I'm
Right?
drinking a 40
Carry on.
of Field Day sparkling water.
Nadine, could we have a word?
Of course.
Dude,
Pardon me a moment.
her traps must be exhausted. It's her head.
Yeah.
It's so far forward.
Yeah.
So, how was it working for the good doctor?
Well, he taught me everything I know about medicine. It was especially interesting during the rush. We had no shortage of patients then. I lost count of how many broken bones I set.
Whoa, are you
There's
looking
literally
forward to the
someone in
trip?
chat-
I just,
There's literally someone in chat named Butson. Like Butson. I love it.
oh yeah,
Butson, I love
Butson's
that.
a legend, man. Butson's been here
Butson.
for ages.
I hear you're a legend, Butson. I hear you're a legend. I guess that's my take on if you were Scottish and drunk. Just edit that out. That was nothing.
That's making it. That's going to YouTube. I want to let you know.
I just felt really
Excited for it?
That's going to
offensive,
TikTok. That's
Also,
random
I guess
stereotype.
I've never been beyond this valley.
You know how French people are always so sleepy? And how Spaniards
This'll
are
be quite the experience
so,
for you then. I guarantee you'll see
uh,
things you'd never imagined.
For better and
Spaniards
for
are
worse, I suppose.
so
I'll leave you to your conversation.
light.
Spendthrift.
They walk so lightly.
Ugh.
Oh, they walk really lightly.
They walk. Those light stepping Spaniards, which
You can
actually
hardly
they
hear
opened,
them walk.
they opened for the Luminarians in 2003 at Madison Square Bowl.
Oh, he's just still unconscious. It's great.
I mean,
Oops,
maybe
we
he's
Punched
dead.
him dead. Yeah.
I mean, he hit the back of his head on the corner of that stair.
We punch him and there's just blood trickling out everywhere, and we just steal a watch.
We may have done a whoopsie on this one. We may have.
Local populace.
We may need to get deputized pretty fast.
These seem to be for Warning. Watch the dang door. Signed, management.
See, look, we can do this. We can press the button. This took so long to solve this puzzle.
I saw that bit. Yeah.
That was a bad puzzle. It would have been like better if the door was like if it opened with like a really like bang, like open like a bang. Rose after pea house.
Murder, revenge, classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life. Never heard of this
Rosewater.
Can I
Rosewater pea house.
Open it up?
Lock.
All right, so we're low on interactables here. I think we got to go to the post or to the sheriff's office, and that's it.
Rosewater PS.
By the way, Sean, if you click twice, it teleports.
Good to see you again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Always like that in a game.
So if I click here and then click again, I'm just teleporting.
Hell yeah.
See you again, Harley. Hope you're spinning me some aurum.
Well, I've spent the past couple days following
I'm doing
Jake
nothing
around,
of the sort.
gathering plenty of straw.
Glad to hear
Oh yeah,
it.
we're just
Likewise,
supposed to write a
there's no
puff
above and
piece about
beyond.
his play or whatever, right?
Yeah, about his life, about his play, about everything that's going on. So let's talk to
What
this.
the hell are we doing?
I'm trying to get a front
What
for
do you
money.
need?
Yeah, there it is. Can I have an advance on my article? I want to ask the other things first.
Say, did you ever get a chance to meet Dr. Bennett Clark?
Not personally, but I did attend one of his demonstrations at the Opera House back before the ban. The man knew how to put on a show, I'll say that much. Pity it all came crashing down in the end.
Yeah, so Sean, the Dr. Clark was part of a aethericity experiment on the East Coast that killed a bunch of people. So went out west and just kept doing aethericity stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he might have seen it as like
type.
kind of a bonus because I think he thinks that like people get zotted into the future atmosphere. So I think he basically thinks Deep Space Nine is real.
Wait, did you say Zotted?
I said zotted.
As in like the orbs of Zot from Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup?
No, as
Sean
in
said quietly to himself, to a vast silence.
I don't.
a verb that comes from God, what was it? So like an old 4-color like there was like this thing where you could make these little animations with animated characters. This was old. This was a 4-color app on a PC or something. And one of the verbs was zot, and so you could have one of them zot the other one, where they just sort of like blow them up.
So in one of the most famous, legendary, still ongoing roguelikes, like a proper roguelike, that game is called Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, or DCSS for short.
Okay.
And I think I'm getting some of the words wrong, but like you're trying to find 3 orbs of Zot, or 3 runes of Zot that help you get the orb of Zot, something like that. Yeah, it's
okay.
Now, all I can communicate to you is that this game exists and that Zot is from there. So when Lee said Zot, I thought, I know how to socialize. I'll bring up the reference that Lee's referencing. And Lee went, what? And Sean, you just shook your head no. And I was just there with myself going, I guess I'm not going to socialize like that next time. I mean,
I don't think you should use me certainly as I am not a reliable sort of litmus test for socializing in any capacity. I'm a wild card. All I throw is curveballs.
Wild card.
A quest to find the mystifyingly fabulous orb of Zot.
Yeah, there it is.
Have you encountered the
I'm putting this game in my little
The ether is a luminarian.
Oh, they're in the ether, all right.
It's
They're
free,
a
too.
community of folks living near Dr. Clark's old lab who have designated themselves protectors of his artifacts. They believe Dr. Clark transcended into the ether and joined some...
Wow.
Transcended.
Dripping
That's
with
some
irony.
wild stuff. But I publish newspapers, not copper novels.
Joni, I'd like to ask, Could I get an advance on my
Copper
article?
novels.
What for?
The long and the short of
What
it
the
is that
fuck?
Jake has invited me
I'm gonna
on
need
an
$3
expedition.
million.
I'll need some extra crowns to cover the expenses.
What kind of an expedition?
We're going to look for Dr. Bennett Clark's missing fortune. Surely a far more
This is
interesting
supposed to be an
story.
article about
You're right
a
about that.
single show
Tales from the
down
wild
the
frontier
street.
are
This
in
is
vogue
not
these
supposed
days.
to be.
And folk will be gumming to find out what happened to Clark. But I like people who finish what they
Gumming.
start. Get me your assignment, then we can discuss your next one.
Understood. I'd best be on my way.
Right, Jar?
Okay, so we didn't
Do
get
you
the
have
advance.
like a typewriter?
Yeah,
Like,
just
can we
write.
go and
Yeah,
just
we can use
write
the one over
damn
there.
thing.
See you later.
Just write the damn thing.
Yeah,
It's gonna
actually,
be like after.
here it is.
It's
Here's
gonna
the
be like in
typewriter.
2030 where you have to use typewriters.
Impressive.
No, that's a printer.
Excuse me?
That's a printing.
How can I be of assistance?
We can print whatever we want with that, Sean.
Did you ever
We
happen
could
to
put
know
out
Dr. Bennett
a
Clark?
zine.
I have
I
Johnny's
wanna
account
make
of his
such a sick
demonstrations
zine.
at the theater, but I never saw them
I want to
myself.
read your zine.
Never met the man either. He wasn't seen much in town.
So
Wasn't
okay, so
zine
I
marked down?
I don't understand a lot about zines. I know zines are like underground magazines, but like, are they one-off copies? Are they like regular publications? Is it like whatever you want?
They're just. I mean, it's all. It covers all. Basically, it covers all, as I understand it, things that are just sort of underground publications, with the original concept being like usually a single piece of paper that could then be easily Xeroxed, copied, and folded. So it's not like a hard and fast thing. It's more just like hewing to the sort of attitude of that and the style of that.
But I think as a medium, they are informal.
Yes.
Which sort of like suggests there's not necessarily a regular issuance of a particular zine.
No, this is so smart because I can imagine the
Yeah.
pitch in Silicon Valley right now, right? Because what I do is I point out that there's companies like Bird and Lime that just dump scooters all over cities. And so what I'll do is I will print hundreds of thousands of one-page zines and hire Lime and Bird drivers to just throw them into the air as they're driving around the city. Because anyone can pick it up and read it, and they just throw it right back down for anyone else to read.
People
And
love
so,
that.
Yeah, and the
for
thing is
sure.
that like we can definitely get ads sold on this.
I think, but see, that's the thing is, I don't think it's a zine then anymore because it's like it's punk. You know how punk is an
Yeah,
aesthetic,
if
but
it's
also
too
has.
corporate, you can't corporatize punk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody's
yeah,
ever
of
tried
course
to
you
do
can.
that word
That's
even
the
mean.
best
Never
form of
mind
it
then.
is
I'll leave you
corporatized
alone.
underground.
Appreciate it, man.
Unfortunately,
Like, it is the-
Sean, I feel like this is
Corporatized
gonna
underground.
run. This is gonna run sort of counter to my new business proposal.
Okay.
Which is that we drive around and lock all of the Bird and Lime scooters to one another.
Yeah, one each, right?
Yeah, just sort of like lock them up together, and
And we
then
call 'em blind.
and then hold them hostage. Then exactly.
Yeah.
We'll get like
And then we say,
Paid
"You've
And
been
then we
strong
say
enough to know us."
the only way, like, we're gonna kill you, and the only way we won't kill you and set you free is if you pass out these zines. Because then all of a sudden
Yeah.
we're getting people to stop
That's-
using the
that's-
scooters, and we're getting like, I mean, it's just such good motivation. Like, I feel like the machine learning driven KPIs will eventually settle on this. Like, if you just threaten people's lives, like, get on Facebook for another 20 minutes or I'll beat the shit out of you. The engagement will go through the roof.
it's true. That
Yeah.
is high engagement.
Yeah, because that's like the business model is they get a Roomba. It's a free Roomba. It'll vacuum your house and even does other things like the dishes. But if you're not on Facebook for 20 minutes a day, it will stand up and just beat the shit out of you. Like, it's like so
that's
smart.
that's what I think when people talk about paying for users. It's
Yeah.
like, what are you hiring the Pinkertons or what are you doing? Some bowler hat guys are gonna come to town. You better start making some little king's mansions there.
Oh, I'm gonna write an article.
All right, let's get this thing knocked out. But first,
Well. It looks like you haven't been doing the
Wait,
king's
you picked
mansions
up
today.
the what?
okay, time to
Whoa,
bring home the bacon.
what?
Put the typewriter down.
Big
Oh.
question.
Whoa.
She's
Oh my god.
We look like Mount Rushmore.
What's that? She's a Luddite.
Oh my god. We're gonna open with an account of the bar brawl.
Alright.
When this writer was assigned to pen a
Once
profile
upon a
of
time.
a Wild West legend, she never expected to become embroiled in the action firsthand.
She's doing
No
like a
sooner had
gonzo
my
journalist
private audience
like
with Gentleman Jake
preface.
concluded, then a saloon
Seeing this
brawl
guy just
erupted in
hunched
the
over
barroom
really
of
sets
Jack
the
of
tone.
Diamonds, and Mr. Ackerman's legend
So a lot of postural issues from people
God.
here.
full display.
I stepped off
poor
the tarmac at Las Vegas
Now, the middle section needs to recapture the reader's interest.
because the
let's see.
reader
Because the
is
first
no
section
longer
lost
interested.
it completely.
Yeah.
Ingenious
Ingenious-
escape plan? I don't
ingenious
know what that
escape.
is, but it sounds ingenious.
Okay, I got this is one of the puzzles.
Same.
So we just haven't solved any puzzles for a while, and then we get captured by the native Vespuccians, and
Okay.
we're and because this fort was trying to lead a charge, and they're just saying all manner of just prejudicial garbage, just like savages living out here, can't trust them, we gotta do whatever the fuck. And so when we're captured, we're immediately like, oh my god, we're gonna get killed. Now later on, they just walked in and were like, why are you guys freaking out? We just like need you to calm down. Just, come on, have a chat with us. So Jake came up with a plan. He's like, I think I can get us out of here.
Oh,
All
yeah.
I need is something that's malleable, like wax, something sharp to carve it with, and then I need something reflective and moldable.
God, that was so dumb.
And so we look around, we find a bar, so
Sorry.
we
Wait.
Okay.
have an arrowhead, and we also have a crumpled tinfoil hat. So we give him, he's like, this is
Is the
perfect.
game dev still in the audience?
No, Grunislav can't watch this. So he then
I'm just like,
whittles the
this game
soap
sucks,
into the
but-
shape of a gun and wraps the
Complete.
foil around it, and is like, and we're like, that doesn't look like a gun. He's like, well, they don't know that. So like Nadine comes in, he's like, freeze. She's like, what are you doing with that aluminum foil wrapped bar of soap? It's so funny.
They say
incredible.
the true mark of a person's character is how they behave under
Wait,
pressure.
that was actually
Mr.
good
Ackerman
because
showed
of the way it
nothing
was
but
handled. Yeah, I
resourcefulness when
forgot.
he found himself taken
was-
captive on one recent occasion, the
is a
details of
dumb
which he
idea.
was not at liberty to disclose. But he was
Dumb
able
idea
to
done
account
well.
his escape by means of a clever ruse involving the use of common household items. A true life tale
Yes.
rivaling the plots of the most lurid copper novels.
I won't tell you what happened, but it was lurid.
Now for an ending.
Lou Rid.
Who do you want to praise, Jake, Danny, or Rosewater?
I don't know who Danny or Rosewater are.
Is Danny the
Rosewater's a
assistant that I've been
town.
calling Louis?
Danny. Oh, I think
Danny
it's like
Louie.
Danny Lou. It's Danny Lou or something, right?
Oh, Danny Lou.
I think
That's
you're
what
not
it is.
that
Yeah.
far off. Yeah. Praise Danny.
All right.
Praise Danny.
So praise the Danny.
Praise.
I mean, okay, that's fine.
While Mr. Ackerman is
Praise.
truly a great man, it is undeniably the people around him, most notably his
The-
devoted
the
assistant
Danny and the
Blow,
Jets.
who ensure his star shines all the brighter. All right, that should do it.
We really are puffing this
Now,
guy's piece.
I
what
mean-
should I title it?
She's incredibly bored by this.
I'm incredibly bored just thinking about it, playing a game about it.
A frontier hero?
Oh, I think the continuing adventures.
Frontier
So we're gonna
Hero.
write some more.
Frontier.
Oh, interesting. That's a
The Continuing
bold.
Adventures of Gentleman
That's a
Frontier
bold first
Hero.
title.
and done.
There was a frontier hero.
I needed that
Oh,
money,
hang
and
on.
you said I'm not giving it to you till you write something, so I banged it out. Let me.
I wrote a thing.
Go
Time to
boy.
waste gabbing, Leger. Get out there and write. No time to
think
wait.
you could-
No
Maybe
time.
you have to print it, give it to the printer.
I hope this is good enough.
Okay.
I had to print it
All right,
to give it to
yeah.
the printer.
Here you are, Joni. One profile of Gentleman Jake, ready to print.
Let's have a look. You know, writing the headline is normally the editor's job. Now let's see.
Awkward.
It's even in town
Wait.
for a day, and Spitfire Harley makes her comeback. This is good. You've kept it brisk all the way through. Not bad, Harley.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
I kept it at a good
Few
clip,
snips
didn't
here and
I?
there, and this will be fit to print. Here's your fee, as agreed.
If this is
Whoa,
16
wait.
crowns, I'm gonna go insane. Okay, no, we have 60.
hell
we
yeah.
have 68
That.
crowns.
Next assignment.
About that,
Hmm.
how about that piece on the search for Clark's missing fortune? That'll be better than any old profile.
Sure enough. All right then. Clark's
Sure,
misunfortunate
we'll just do whatever
something
you
else.
want.
Oh, do tell.
While I was going around with Jake, we spent some time with the Otham. I learned that they've come under constant attack from the soldiers at Fort Beaumont.
What? Why?
That's the thing. There's no reason. They pose no threat, yet the soldiers harass them anyway. In one recent raid, all their crops were torched.
That's atrocious. People need to know about this.
Do we know
Glad you think
why
so,
the window
because their
is
leader wants their
completely
story told.
smashed?
She's
Yeah.
willing to be interviewed.
She threw a
Because
dude at
it's
it.
gave me the
because it's the
statement,
window
too.
of my first apartment, Sean, and I just didn't deal with it for like way too long because it was really overwhelming and it's just
Hey,
it got
visit
drafty
someone
in
to
there.
see for himself. Plenty of townsfolk could stand to learn about our neighbours in the valley. This could open their eyes.
I hope so. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to see about hiring a wagon.
Godspeed, Harley.
Wait, can I go write that article?
See you later, Jack.
Take care.
Can I do you
I
want
don't know, maybe.
horrible atrocities are happening to the Vespuccian tribe? All right,
Let's
well,
see.
bye. All right, no, I can't interact with it anymore.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Yes.
Boom, boom, boom. I have 68 crowns. Almost nice.
Oh my
Yeah?
god.
Here's your
Here's your
fee.
fee.
Here's your fee.
Good. Get your posse together and meet me outside
Good.
town at sundown. We'll head out
Hey,
then.
we have a posse.
Oh, thank God we don't have to gather them. Oh, I was about to go punch Jem's corpse again.
Ooh.
There you are. This your group then?
This is us.
All right, folks, listen here. I'm Lola Johnson. This is my wagon. When you're in my wagon, you follow my rules. Rule 1.
Okay.
I'm your
It's
driver.
the nicest
not
wagon
your
I've
friend.
ever seen.
While
It
we're
is
moving,
enormous.
leave me be.
Is it
That
steam
means
powered?
No yammering in my ear
It's
about
exactly
how
one
pretty
room
you think
in
the
size.
mountains are. Rule 2. We stop and go as I say. I ain't interested in blowing up my engine just 'cause y'all are in a hurry. Last rule. Everybody does their part. Be it cooking, hunting, or gathering firewood. This ain't no pleasure cruise, and I won't be serving y'all. The road can be rough, but I'm an experienced navigator and tracker. So stick with me, and you'll be fine.
Rule number 5. The atmosphere will be
Now's
combative.
the time to ask.
Rule number 8. Oh, Lee, this is the one we would say. Shouldn't we be making the rules since we're paying? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Yep, that's the
Sean.
one.
But Sean, you have not made decisions here in enough weeks. What would you say?
Man.
You're allowed to not.
I would ask. I want to ask about the tracker. The tracker's really interesting
you're a tracker?
information.
What's that mean exactly?
It means I'm good at finding things.
Okay, never mind.
One of you gets lost, or we're hunting our supper and need to trail an animal, I can do that.
So, like a bloodhound?
No.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yep, that's
He's
Jake.
just trying to
And you're
associate
finding
them.
yourself another ride. Understand?
Huh. Apologies. I didn't mean to offend.
Folk,
To be
just
very
true.
clear, I respect bloodhounds. It's quite a compliment calling you a dog.
God.
All right, go for it.
And
folks.
another thing. You all have 2 strikes already.
We understand. You'll have no
Nobody
trouble
says
from
anything.
all right then. Let's
And
get a
no
move
commenting on the
Time's
different
wasting.
kinds of doors and windows I have on my vehicle.
We are off.
We get to see the
with
inside.
The first faint tendrils of dawn at our backs. We head west for El Presidio on the trail of the elusive Dr. Clark.
Oh, look at the bug in the foreground. We got foreground bugs.
We have but a
Got
few
foreground
days
How
lizards.
many?
through the desert.
How
and
many
mountains
hundreds
to
of
reach the
pounds
road.
of
I am rather looking
meat
forward
did
to
we
getting
bring
a
with
better
us?
view of this
Well,
part
we
of the
shot
mountain.
How many
2,500
axles?
just recently, but we can only bring 200 to the wagon. So
And should the
That
scenery
is-
lack for diversion, I suppose I'll have recourse
Aw,
to the
look at this-
fellowship of my new
look at this
traveling
gay.
companions. Now that we've assembled in this unlikely
Toot,
venture,
toot.
perhaps it's time we got to better know one another.
It's the Oregon Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
yo, look at this huge!
Wow.
At last. Yes. Though I must admit, I tend to
Wow.
become restless on long trips. Well, We got cards, books, and conversation. Plenty of ways to pass the time.
Diary updated. Plenty of ways to pass time.
All right.
Phil?
Señorita?
All right.
Will this be your first time visiting El Presidio?
Let's
It will.
chat.
I have heard many tales of this so-called Mouth of the West. I am curious to find
Is that
out
what
which ones
Presidio
are
means?
true.
All right. Apparently, we want to be on first name basis with this guy named Phil.
I mean,
You're
hell
very
yeah.
polite, Phil, but please, call me Harley.
What is wrong with Señorita?
Translation.
Not my name.
Ah, but it is a sign of
Presidio.
respect. I would never dream of addressing a new Spanish lady by her given name.
Well, things are different here.
I
As
respectfully
I am
call
learning.
all of them
If you wish
señorita.
it will be so.
Appreciate it.
Presidio
We'll talk more
translates
later.
to
I
Presidio.
look forward to it.
Oh, nice. I've always wondered that.
What does that translate to?
Yeah.
Hey, Nadine.
Presidio.
Hello, Harley. Something I'd like to ask you. You seem quite well traveled. What's it like in a big city?
Well, there's 4 or 5 buildings.
It's like a small town, tacked 5 small towns high. Sean, what is the city?
Depends on the city.
Well, everywhere's different. I've never been to El Presidio before.
It's big, but from what I hear, not as crowded as cities back east.
Oh.
Doubt it's anything you can't handle. Stick with us and you'll be fine.
That is something of a comfort.
Ask about her neck.
When did you return to the Autumn?
I went to them in April of last year, but it wasn't a return. They took me in. People were leaving town, and there was less need for me at the clinic. It was Dr. Sedgwick who encouraged me to find my own path. The Autumn were kind to accept me as a guest, but truthfully, I'm glad for this opportunity to travel with you and the others.
This guy's ankle must be exhausted. I mean, that is a lot of range of motion on that ankle.
That is a wide angle there.
You said the Autumn
yeah,
took
that's
you
pretty
in.
impressive.
They aren't your people?
No. I don't know who my people are. My father never told Dr. Sedgwick, and I have no memories of him talking about it. I think my parents came from somewhere to the east, but I'm not even sure of that.
All right.
Have you ever tried tracking down where you came
We have a
from?
tracker.
No, I've considered it, but
Yeah, but
it's
she's...
complicated.
Look, if you
Perhaps
talk to her, that's it. Done.
That's it. You just get thrown right into the kiln.
So how'd you become a healer?
She's specifically
Did you go to
told us
school?
that we
No.
are not her friend
I mean,
and she hates us.
I attended the missionary school for a few years as a child, but not to learn medicine. I was taught by Dr. Sedgwick, Rosewater's physician. I worked as his apprentice for nearly a decade. He was a wonderful guardian and mentor. I am grateful for all his care.
You said Doc Sedgwick.
Dude,
was
there's a
your
lot
guardian.
of this in this
What about
game,
your
Sean.
parents?
It's just
I
a
never
lot
knew
of
my
just
mother.
story and talking.
She died soon after I was
Talking to
born.
people.
My father
great.
worked for Dr. Sedgwick, which is how I came to his household. He took me in when my father died from an infected wound.
I'm so sorry. How old were you?
I don't remember exactly, but I couldn't have been more than 5.
Like, that is one of the craziest things. Is that, like dying from an infected wound, like the number
Yeah.
of deaths and illnesses that happened from stuff that, like, is trivially curable now.
Yeah.
Because remember my grandpa, who was born in 1917, like, lived to, like, 99, like, was saying this to me, like, long ago, just that, like, when he was young, one of his brothers died of something that by the time he was 40, you could just take a pill for and it would go away with just the one pill. And just how, like,
Jesus.
weird that was. Yeah, I know. I just, like, I always think about that whenever I hear something like this in an old-timey setting.
Penicillin. When was penicillin?
Hold on. I'm gonna guess. Is it 18... No, hold on. 1882.
Whoa! Holy shit! No. It was not. It was not available for widespread medical use until 1940s.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that wild? It was discovered in 1928.
Man, I am wildly off.
My
Yeah.
mother died when I was young too. And our father took off long before that, so it was just me and my brother on our own.
Oh.
And I just
I'm
abandoned
sorry.
him to come out west, so, you know, it's just keep punching down.
So it was me doing the looking after.
I'm sure you did an excellent job of it.
But now I'm
I
out
can
here,
only
so
hope
you're
so.
welcome.
Hey, I see something up ahead, by the side of the road. Looks like an oil
Is it
derrick.
another bug?
Wagon's slowing down.
Guess it caught Lola's eye, too. Let's have a look.
Any particular reason we've stopped, Miss Johnson?
I needed to stretch my legs. You might take advantage and do the same. We're off again in about 20 minutes.
Come on, Danny. Let's go have a look at that oil derrick.
This is me taking the 5 to LA.
Excuse me, ladies. I have some business to attend to.
Both of you can do as you like. Just stay within sight.
Actually, I'm curious about this machine. Do you think I could ask you a few questions?
Oh, well...
No, I hate humans. Bye.
Yeah, I know. I thought we weren't supposed to ask that.
Tools of the trade for an oil worker, I suppose.
Wagon, bucket, cactus in the background. Here I go. Oh, it's right
Somebody's
there.
out here sniffing for a fortune.
Or just digging a very deep hole.
Funny how the best things are often found in the lowest of places. Come have a look, Harley.
I think he has a foot fetish. That's what I gleaned.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Afternoon to you. What brings you folks to Cormac's oil rig?
Just
Apparently,
passing through,
this
friend. I
rope
was just
system was
saying,
designed
you
by
have a
MC
fine
Escher
setup
and
here.
Company.
Thank you, sir. It pleases Cormac to hear that. Sit tight. Just needs to make a slight adjustment.
I just
Then
don't
Cormac
understand.
can come down for a chin wag.
Cormac. Oh,
I just
Cormac
don't understand.
bad.
How does this rope?
Whoops!
I don't.
Whoa,
Holy
damn.
shit.
Oh, clumsy Cormac.
Jeez, are you
Everybody
alright?
back in the thing.
All right, I'm right as rain. Oh no! Good thing you folks is here. Hates to be a
What?
bother, but Cormac is in a pickle. Could
Think
you,
about how
lend
much
a hand?
strength it takes to
Cormac
hold
will
his
be ever
other
so
leg up
grateful.
like that.
Hang on, sir. We'll get you down.
Cormac, not wishing to hurry you, but the blood's stuck.
I still don't understand how the rope is threaded.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah?
Any suggestions what
Shoot
to do?
the
That
rope.
rope doesn't look too thick. Should be able to cut through it. The trick will be
And
keeping our
then he'll
friend from
die.
falling head first into that pit.
We're gonna need another rope.
All right, so we also have this button. This one. Is it this one?
There's lots here, but nothing I can see that will help.
Okay.
It's a long way down. Looks extremely heavy. I hope it's secured. Danny?
I mean, it's secured to his foot.
Do you have
seems
anything
like.
sharp that might serve to cut the rope?
No, but I could always shoot it.
You think that will work?
Definitely.
Hey,
Yeah?
got anything on you that could cut rope?
Afraid not. One of the others might.
Okay, let me just.
Doing all right, Mr. Cormac?
Aye.
Uh-oh.
So, but he'll fall forever if we shoot him.
He'll fall forever. Yeah, correct. We will discover the Hollow Earth.
Sorry to...
What is...
There's a man at the oil derrick in dire need of help.
What happened?
He's caught on a rope hanging upside down. We're trying to get him down somehow.
And what do you want me to do about it?
Give a shit? I don't know.
Do you
Is there
have
a
something
ladder in
we
the
can...
wagon?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
anymore. Sorry.
Do you have something
Sure.
Could I borrow it for a spell?
Only if you swear to be careful with it.
It's
my
this
brother-
pocket watch.
I swear to be careful with it.
Oh, wait.
What?
That man...
And what
Oh,
do you
she's still talking.
thought it?
Okay.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah, but it.
Oh, they're considered a unit,
Sorry,
I guess.
what-
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. This guy must be just furious at me.
This rope could be useful.
We can save him.
Some rope.
Oh!
Oh!
Cormac, are you alive?
What do we do?
What?
He's a dinosaur.
We need help to pull him out.
What? Okay. Did we just lose?
You're very lucky you didn't break your neck.
Cormac's got a bit of cat in him.
Wait, he fell to
What?
the bottom of the what?
Suppose Cormac should be thanking you for the help.
Sorry about the fall.
It's all right, miss. Cormac knew the risks when he took this
What
job.
is the
Still
sequence
beats
about?
what he used to do.
Come on.
I don't
We gotta get back on the
know.
road.
What's in the?
Sure you'll be okay
Is
on
it
your
just?
own?
Yes, sir. Cormac can handle himself. Good luck getting where you're going.
What the hell?
No, okay, so
Alright.
like this kind of thing has happened before in this, where like there's an encounter that clearly had some branches, and like we chose, I don't know, a bad branch.
Poorly.
That map sure had a lot to say.
But
actually.
everything still turned out just great.
Yeah, he's. Oh, Rosewater. Look,
Rotterdam.
where we're going to.
Las Virgenes. El Presidio is
El
San
Presidio.
Francisco.
Yeah, that's what I
El
thought.
Presidio
look at
by
that.
the Golden Gate.
Hey, we used to live in the Virgins.
That's right.
Las
I'll take it.
Virgenes. I don't
He's
speak
right.
any Spanish at all, by the way.
Las Virgenes.
Oh, I see. So here's the New Spain and Vespucci.
Rotterdam. Piedmont.
Prospect Peaks.
Hey, Jake,
Yeah, Harley?
did your travels ever take you to El Presidio?
A few times. Can't say I much care for it. But that city's for you. Too crowded, too impersonal. I'll take the wide open countryside any day.
How
The
about
wide open
the-
countryside is extremely personal.
Looks like we have some time on our hands. How about a story?
Sure, why not? It was 1842, and I'd been
Once
hired by
upon a
the
time.
sheriff of Bleachbone
He is
Gulch
that kind of
to
guy,
track
though.
down some cattle rustlers. It was a long and winding trail, but by following the signs, I finally tracked down the stolen herd and the rustlers' camp.
Speaking of the
So I went
rustler,
back to town
over in the
to gather
background,
that
Phil.
posse. 4 able-bodied
Oh.
men, plus myself.
Rustle.
That night,
I find
we
it
went back
that
under
I'm
the cover
physiologically
of
incapable of paying attention to this story. Like when this
We
man
were
talks, I'm
outnumbered.
just.
Hard. It's really hard.
Before I knew
It's like that
it,
podcast that you put on to help you go to sleep. Like I don't know what it's about, but I got 100 hours
in
into
the
it.
end, yours truly
Yeah.
was the last man left standing. I drove that whole herd on by
Oh,
my
yeah, he's
lonesome.
still going.
They were all back home by dawn, but not a head missing. Lost some good fellers that night. But that was the end of cattle rustling in Bleachbone Gulch.
Hell of a story.
Now there's plenty more where that came from.
I
Oh,
I'm
no.
pleased to announce I'm minting cattle coin as a remembrance of the time when I brought every single one of them cattle home, not a head missing.
Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure.
Do you guys
Actually, I was wondering
remember
about
Bit
something.
Connect?
Where'd you learn how
That's
to
so
fight?
awesome. You know,
I don't
you know
know.
there's a Bit Connect guy. Bit Connect. He just screams Bit Connect. Like
No, I don't remember BitConnect at
I have
all.
not
I think
seen this at all, no.
literally just whenever you have a free moment, including right now, you just look up Bit Connect, and it'll just be a guy
I'm
screaming Bit
looking up
Connect.
BitConnect. There was an open source.
So
I
he
think
said something to me, and I think
For
fighting.
a while, it was how I put food on the table.
No kidding. You were a brawler?
I was. Used to call me Spitfire Harley.
Wow. Were you any good?
I took my licks,
Spitfires
but
tend to
usually
crash,
fail.
so you know.
That world being good is mostly about how much punishment you can take and keep coming back. Same as anywhere, really. Hell, if you want,
Oh,
maybe you and I can go a couple of rounds later.
Really?
I'll beat the shit out of you, Danny. Get on Facebook.
I was being
What?
perfectly sincere.
Oh, shoot. In that case, I'm sitting ringside.
I want to hear that story you mentioned at the Otham Village.
The Otham had us locked up. You said something about having been in a similar predicament. I have to say, I've been curious.
Oh, right. Well, it's not that exciting. Nothing like one of Jake's stories.
Let me be the judge of that.
So, before I met Jake, I used to run with some folks who, well,
who is
got
this
into some
person?
trouble. The guy in charge, he
So,
thought it might be fun to try
Jake,
setting up a post
we just
office.
talked to, this is
That
his assistant
didn't
Danny.
go so well.
Oh, this is Danny.
We wound up
Oh,
in jail
okay,
for
got
a
it.
few days. We didn't escape or anything, just did our time and were let go.
I see.
Told you it was a boring story.
Not at all. I appreciate you telling
Not
me.
at all. I love yawning. Tell me about the people that you ran
So
with.
who were these people you ran with before?
They, do we have to talk about this right now?
Yes, tell me. Tell me. Pressure, 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 pressure. All
Must
friendships
tell me.
are built upon forcing information out of the other person so that way you can have leverage.
I want to know.
Well, you see...
Hey now, don't force the kid to talk if he don't want to. Danny, she's out of line. Don't say a word.
Sorry, Harley. I just rather not talk about it.
So have you been to El Presidio before?
Yeah, I
Oops.
was born there.
No kidding. Didn't you say your family lived near El Presidio?
In the area, yeah. They moved out to the city proper a few years back. I left when I was 16. Haven't been back in ages. We're slowing down again.
Good. I could use
Oh
a
my
change
god,
of
is this
environment.
like in Fallout
Harley,
when you're
could
going to
have a
Vault
word
15 at the
outside.
start? You can just like encounter randoms.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sun's
they're gonna
getting
be.
low. Time to set up camp.
Harley and I'll be back shortly.
I
It's
forget
gonna take
what's
a
in
while.
Why don't
over
they-
that spring.
Rad scorpions
Danny
or
and the
something?
others can aid in the
Oh, yeah.
Why
progress.
don't they just sleep inside
Better
the
not be
massive
skipping out every
RV?
time there's work to be done, you hear?
I mean, that's a great question, Lee.
Shall we?
It looks
Bring it
like
on.
that sofa folds out into a bed, so
Yeah. Whoa, look at that unnecessarily
Would you
fancy
look
water.
at that spring.
yeah,
I ain't
that's a
seen water
shader.
that clear since that time I went swimming with the Prime Minister's rambunctious niece.
So,
Right.
you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah.
I did. I can tell you've got a cogitating mind. Always assessing the situation.
Assessifying.
finding the risks and opportunities.
Assessifying.
Yeah.
Assessifying is so funny.
I'm keen to hear your thoughts.
I was out there assessifying.
Everything seemed hunky-dory so far in your estimation?
Lee, please,
It's a good crew.
be in charge.
It's
What do
a
you think?
good crew. Just go with that. Go with it's a
Yes,
good
I
crew.
think so. It's an odd bunch, all right, but all capable in their own way. If a treasure's out there to be found, I think this gang can do it.
There could be a
Delighted to hear
sitcom
it.
about
You
us.
Let me know if that changes, all right?
You got it.
Right. Well, we should be heading back. L. Smith
It's a good
Johnson.
crew.
will-
Oh, hey there.
Hey,
Howdy, friend.
Hi, I'm just some guy. Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Name's Aubrey Trout. You're not here about me.
Aubrey
I reckon
Trout.
you're here for the spring water.
Something special about it?
Something special about it. This
You mean the
here's an
spring
etheric
water?
spring. Best kept secret in
Whoa.
the great western desert.
Etheric spring.
Sure. Y'all know about ethericity, don't you?
We're familiar.
Well, this water's got the same properties due to a confluence of etherically sensitive minerals deep in the earth, you see. This here's a hotbed.
Okay.
Taking a drink will cure whatever
You know,
ails you and
hotbed.
grant you the strength
What?
of 10 men.
No kidding.
it's got electrolytes.
Yeah, no, I, it's so funny because the way that everyone who's full of shit talks is exactly how the For You tab on Twitter works now.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter, but you know, I'll check it semi-frequently.
I haven't. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in ages.
Yeah, wait, are you
Now
both like fully off Twitter?
occasionally.
Fully
Yeah,
off.
I'm fully off of it. I
Oh,
occasionally log
that's
into
the right thing to
Busky.
do. Yeah, no, like, I mean, I use Twitter to tweet because, like, you know,
Yeah.
occupational hazard, I
Yeah.
guess. And it's like the number of things where it's like, it'll be like, you stop scrolling for movies on Netflix. Here are the 10 best movies on Netflix right now that you may not have heard of. And it's like 10 of the most famous movies of all time. And wedged between this list is like, also, if you want to learn AI in 5 minutes a day, subscribe to my newsletter. And like that's like right after 5 and right above 6, like right there. And it's
I want to learn AI.
Yeah, well, I want to let you know. If you just go to the For You tab on Twitter with a brand new account, you're going to get a lot of offers for newsletters.
That sounds really good.
So good.
Can Mostly Walking have AI in it?
Yeah.
Can we have AI in our show now?
Of course. I would be thrilled. Like, whose art are you interested in cribbing?
Sorry. Well, yeah, I was going to ask what it would do, but since when has that stopped anybody?
It's AI. It's got AI now.
Yeah.
By which I mean ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Chatbot shoved in.
Yeah, why not? Like,
right.
Because here's the thing. Like, on a sincere note, I am sure that the future is going to have tons of AI-driven tools that we're not even going to think twice about using. They will make sense. You know, like, there's a lot of, like, brushes in painting tools that have, like, really complicated equations and, you know, neural networks governing what they display based upon how much pressure you apply on your Wacom tablet, that sort of thing. Like, these things are certainly going to exist.
Yeah.
But the claims of people that know nothing about technology, nor AI, nor art, those people's opinions are just so overblown to the point of it's like you're not even going to need to eat anymore because AI is just going to figure out how to fill your office with a nutritious gas that you'll just breathe in all day and you'll never need to eat another meal. It's just like it's insane things, man. You won't need a subscription to any service or any friends because AI will just fill that for you.
I mean, people don't think about, like, a lot of noise canceling is AI, or like voice isolation is AI.
Yeah, no, and that's like such a good example of something where it makes sense for the task.
For sure. There's a ton of like medical applications that are being explored that are fantastic.
But unfortunately, what people get excited about is the fact that we now have an AI confidence, like an AI con man in the form of ChatGPT. And if there's one
AI
thing people
con man
like
is extremely good, actually.
I mean, it's what it is, right? It's just people love to have a charismatic, incorrect person to just take on all their anxieties.
Now I want to read this quote from our wonderful chat from our longtime pal Metal Vessel, who says, "I hate to break it to you, Day 9, but there are a lot of stupid people. I mean, a lot. And it's a knowledge economy, which doesn't value stupid people, so the stupid people have time to engage in online communities." And then Metal Vessel writes parentheses, own goal acknowledged. What are you clowns doing here? Get out of here! Oh yes,
Go be smart. Go be smart.
We're all just the knowledge economy runoff. We're the bits of knowledge economy that didn't quite spill into the drain to the sewage, but we have enough. There's enough matter there that it got stuck above the grate, and that's called Day 9 TV. This little community.
Yeah, there we go.
This is just byproduct.
All right, I gotta talk to this guy. All right, prove it.
Let's get rid of
this guy about
the screen is having a
water.
soporific effect on me.
And it's
we gotta get past it.
Whoa!
Why?
Daily sips of this water have conferred upon me a practically superhuman strength. Now,
superhuman.
How old do you think I am?
I mean, wait, where did he get that tube and where did it go?
25?
What
if I told you?
You don't want to know, or you don't want to know.
All right, what's your game exactly? Or you're lying, Sean. This one's you.
Get the water.
I mean, what's your game? What's your game?
What's your game?
What's your game? You trying to get us to pay you for this water, or go in on
no?
some
I just like the water.
Business venture to sell the stuff?
Man, I am wounded. Haven't tasted.
I'll have to pour some of this water on myself to heal.
A fellow man, or is the spirit of generosity dead and buried? Okay, look, I'll take a drink now. Watch me.
I'm taking a drink. Yum, yum, yum. Swallow.
Definitely
See?
drinking.
Tastes like springtime and sunlight. Now, if the water was no good, would
Hey.
I have done that?
Reckon
Yeah.
not.
So go on, friends. Share in the wealth. Take a
He's
sip.
gonna make us
If it
all
does even
fall
half of
asleep,
us,
and
what?
then he's gonna take our crowns. Drink.
I
drink.
want to look around first.
Do it.
Not
Do
so
it.
fast. Something is off. I'm sure you won't mind if I have a look around, Mr. Trout.
Be my guest.
Oh, he's a fish in human form.
Yeah.
All right, let me hit my O
Man
button.
named Mr. Trout.
All right.
All these trees look dead. That can't be a good sign.
It doesn't
Do they?
seem great.
That's not what dead trees look like. They've all gone
Yeah,
gray.
also,
But looks can be deceiving.
All right, I'm looking around.
Let's see if we can lose this game.
Yeah.
I think something's tucked under there. What have we here?
what is it?
Hey,
Magic
What
spring
have we
didn't do
here?
much for this beast's health.
okay.
All right, I'm searching
Now
all
we
the
just
bushes.
need a few more bones.
Just search the
Bunch of
bushes.
stickers. Damn.
Oh, now you're
Stickers?
gonna die.
Fuck.
Nothing but
Bunch
twigs
of
and
stickers.
leaves.
Nothing but bush.
What's this? These boards have been badly damaged, but it looks like it says WRNI. Warning.
Warning.
The West Coast Top 40 radio station. WRNI.
WRNI!
What's this? A money pouch. There's 10 crowns in
Whoa, we looted the
Hell
fucking-
yeah!
Oh
Bush.
my god, that's almost as good as when we punched Jem to death.
it. Is there a sign here? at one
You know
point?
what's
Wonder what.
weird?
Holy
What's weird is
shit. Hold on.
what?
There is a gardener who is right outside the window. And I guess they normally come in the evenings when I'm like not in this basement office. But I literally turned and there was a man's face right fucking there. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I did this and then just like a leaf blower showed up. And I was, oh my
That's
god.
awkward. Oh,
Some night gardening. I know it's
Night.
summer on the
Is
West
there a
Coast.
sign
It's
here
pretty
at
bright.
one point? Wonder what it. They're
What could it
circled
have
low.
possibly said?
That's not reassuring.
Dude, we should throw him in here, and as he gargles
Yeah.
his last breaths.
oh.
Got my eyes on
Nope.
you.
But
Day.
I don't understand the game. Like, what is he? Is he just like pulling a prank, trying to kill some people?
Jake,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
just
think you
trying
should
to.
drink that
I
water.
think he wants our
Why not?
crowns. He wants our crowns. He wants to put them in the bush.
All right.
Put my crowns in the
Just
bush.
have a
Someone
look at
destroyed
all
the warning
trees
sign.
And plants around the spring. They're dead. I'd say that's a clear warning.
Oh, it's a desert. Plenty of straggly-looking vegetation.
There was a
Who the
cow
hell is
skull in the
this guy?
reeds. Looks deliberately hidden there.
Is that right?
Yes, I did that. Wasn't nefarious, just clearing the path so no one trips on it.
Can we just leave? Can we just keep going? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
we just be like,
that's
well, we're
true.
going somewhere
We could
else.
go back
so-
to our wagon.
Dude, our luxury VIP wagon.
There was a warning sign over there, and someone destroyed it.
Really? That stick's been there since I found the place. Never seen a sign.
There's an awful lot of vultures in the area.
I did
Some
notice
ambulance
that,
wrecks.
yes.
They're off in the
Some-
distance. This spring's
Was that
pretty
Kids in
well
the Holly?
hidden still.
Probably.
Anything that
I-
doesn't
I-
find
I
it
may have
dies
just
of
been
thirst
babbling.
out there.
Now wait just a minute. What are you trying to pull here, friend?
I mean, is
Nothing.
he like an
I
evil
swear.
spirit or
Right.
something? Like,
I'm
is that
fine.
kind
He's
of
just
getting
a
at this?
guy.
here?
Little scam you've got going on.
I don't know what
Wha-
you're talking
What's the
about.
scam? I don't
Oh,
understand
I
what the
think you
scam
do.
is.
Jake,
Oh, he's
maybe you
murdering
could
cows
coax
and
our
taking their
friend here to
crowns.
talk?
Punch him until he talks.
I'd listen to
Whoa,
the lady
shit.
partner.
Oh
Let's
my God,
not
we
get a
escalate.
notch on Gentleman Jake's holster.
Okay.
I'm murdering man.
Talk. The spring's toxic. Trick people into taking a sip and then rob them.
Gee, Rover Christ, that's
Okay.
pretty low, even for a confidence trickster.
You don't kill them. A little sip only knocks you out for a bit.
So how are
What
you
kind of
still
spring
standing
could
after
that
all those
be?
drinks you took?
I got a natural immunity. What can I say? Found a way to turn it to my advantage.
And that iron-bending trick?
Like you said, just a trick.
Of course. I should have seen through that. We got ourselves a
Yeah, you
real
should've.
piece of work here, Harley.
You're telling me.
What do you reckon we should do with them?
Kill him.
All right, Sean Bouchard, welcome back from your vacation. What do you want to do?
Let's
Take him
I
with
mean,
us.
I am terrified as to what. Let's teach him a lesson. What that could possibly.
All right, so you want to do that?
Yeah.
He can't
Take
lay
all
more
his
tricks on
fingers.
anyone else. He needs to be punished.
I agree.
Please, don't kill me.
Do we look like murderers to you? We need to make an
I
example
am.
of him.
I've got just the thing. Go get me some rope from the wagon, would you?
All right.
Oh my!
All right, sounds
All
fine.
right. It's like, can you get me
Great.
some Kool-Aid from the fridge?
That's
All right.
fine work, Jake.
Thank you. Maybe now
What's it
our
say?
friend will think twice.
I don't know.
Poison or liar?
People astray. Shall we?
Wait.
We're
just
we're
gonna
gonna
leave
we're
me
just
here?
gonna leave him there to
Many
die.
folks travel this
Yeah.
road. You know that, or you wouldn't have bothered laying your trap. I'm sure
okay.
you'll encounter some charitable soul. Eventually.
Speaking of charitable souls, I found a stash of stolen money while I was snooping around.
Well, ain't that something?
Let's
Come on,
steal it.
Let's head back and see how the camp setup's going.
We're the good guys
We're-
here.
We're gonna go ahead and set up camp right next to your tied-up dumbass.
Jesus concocted this whole story about how it's an etheric spring and the water has special powers, trying to hoodwink
Nadine's
us
gonna
into
be
drinking.
appalled.
All I can say is it's a good thing we ain't the rubes he took us for.
He's still sitting over there.
Come on, Jake. He
Pretty
had you completely
sneaky.
fooled.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Are you sure you want to do that? Because I want to just, I
Go for it.
again,
Like,
I
Yeah,
feel
get
like
on his
we-
case.
dunk on your friend for
Yeah.
sure.
Dunk
Why
on your
not?
friend. Get on his
Jake
dick about
had
it.
you hook, line, and sinker.
Nonsense. I was just playing along, drawing him in so he'd slip up and reveal himself.
Is that right? Because you looked about 2 seconds away from taking a great big swig.
Good. If I even had you fooled, then he fell right for it. I assure you, I had him right where I wanted him.
So what happened when
Good
you found
news.
him out?
I took the
We
label
got
off my
a
bottle.
full confession. Turns out, the water's poison. The snake worked up some scheme to get passers-by to drink, and then empty their pockets as soon as they were out of commission.
It's a knockout
Leastways,
spring.
I think that's what he said. Couldn't catch half of it through his blubbering and sniffing.
What?
Damn.
That's not like a thing, right? Water that makes you, like, knocks you out and then you're okay.
the water that knocks you out, and then you're okay.
I mean,
like
I
chloroform or
believe that's just a pool of melatonin, Lee. It's just... Perhaps it's actually just some naturally occurring Pepto-Bismol. I don't know. Like,
Actually, wait a minute. I did learn that for a while when alcohol was illegal, during Prohibition, they literally did sell drinking ether. You could buy ether to just drink. Maybe, you know. Yeah, it could be. Could be a narcotic, I suppose. A sort of opium spring.
all right. Oh, yeah, gotta.
What are you talking about, Jake? He wasn't exactly happy about being exposed, but he wasn't crying or anything.
I was trying to add some drama, okay?
Dude.
You harbor some literary aspirations yourself, don't you? It's called storytelling.
Where do we
how'd
get
you
the
deal with it?
logs?
We made an
Jake is
example
a
of it.
textbook narcissist.
Killed him?
Let's just say
Worse.
he won't be harming anybody else.
Dan.
We just humiliated him. There we go. We just... we just humiliated him. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Nadine. Jake's just pulling
We
your
just
leg.
did something
We
to
left
him.
him tied up next to the spring and wrote up a sign warning about what he did. And whatever happens after, I guess, is up to the next person who comes along.
Oh.
Kind of a
That's really-
classic
Sounds like
old
he got
west
a-
comeuppance.
The chili's almost ready. Holly, can you come help me and Phil serve?
Sure thing.
There's a tied up man about 100 feet away from my chili.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. You're making it on another campfire.
Heavenly.
The kid is a good cook, eh? But I believe this chili could use a little of my secret ingredient.
What's that?
Water from the spring I found just nearby.
I picked up a bottle before we left Rosewater. Gives it a nice smoky flavor. And makes you feel nice afterwards, too. This group needs a bit of loosening up, don't you think?
Spike the chili.
Yeah, I think,
definitely.
Yeah, I think we get everyone slosh so we can go.
There we go. There we go.
Be absolutely conked out for when we get robbed.
And then Trout wriggles out of his bonds
really
and comes and murders us all in our sleep.
Exactly. There it is.
We should be ready to serve.
It doesn't.
I'm sure that'll make the chili really
One
good.
last taste. What did you do to my chili?
Relax, I just added some mezcal.
Some?
Figured we could all use something to help us relax.
I don't know about this.
It'll be fine.
Just poured about a gallon of hard liquor into your chili.
Come on, yeah, fill up these bowls.
You want to make these Cheerios have a nice little kick to them. It's the mezcal. Pour it right in the bowl alongside the milk.
Mighty fine chili, Danny boy.
Glad you liked it.
That was the best.
It was
chili.
edible.
The drunk chili was the best chili I've ever had.
Yeah.
We have to go high and low.
Best damn chili I've ever tasted. You ever decide to give up gunslinging? Maybe you could open up a restaurant.
You really think so?
I'd be a regular.
Gosh, thank you.
Be the regular that shows up with a bottle of mezcal.
Relaxing and enjoying the company of one's comrades. The best part of the day. I have always said that the battle is won or lost around the campfire the night before.
Is that true?
Diary update.
We put it in our diary.
All right, Tom.
Hey, Sean, did you make the cactus talk?
I'd say so.
Yeah, let me.
Oh, I guess you can't.
Oh,
you can't make the
been a
cactus
long
talk.
day.
Yeah, let's do that.
I need to rest up for tomorrow's drive. Night all.
She's gonna be hung over. She's gonna drive us into a canyon.
Ooh.
That's it? I got to talk to one person?
That's it?
Oh.
Oh.
No, the cactus doesn't talk.
Can't
I
be
thought
done.
it would talk.
Can't be
Yeah,
done.
it sucks.
Can't be done. Not
You
available.
look like you're enjoying yourself.
Not in town.
Uy, ando bien pedo, señorita.
What now?
Oh, did I not say that in English? Apologies. I said I am good and drunk. That mezcal was more potent than I thought.
I hate to leave such merry company, but I'm suddenly feeling very
We
sleepy.
just got everyone a little slosh.
Please excuse me. I'll see you all in the morning.
Sleep tight, Miss Redbird.
Night.
All right, Miss Redbird. All right, there goes another one. Dude, just one by one, we're going to get a dim that it's... Okay, we're back again.
Oh, God.
You know what? Let's talk to
We
this
are.
guy.
Danny, where'd you learn to cook chili anyway?
So, Diana.
Picked it up. Can't really remember where.
Everywhere.
Hell of a day, huh, Jake?
I'll say. It's disheartening to know there's so many men out there hell-bent on bringing others to ruination. But at least we saw through his ruse.
It's as they say. There's a mark born every minute, one to trim 'em and one to knock 'em.
What?
Time for me to call it a night.
Okay.
I have ruined this conversation. I'm going home.
Incredible.
You done it.
We leave within the hour. Don't leave anything
Very good.
behind.
Look at that
Leave
stance
only
we have.
footprints.
Say, Holly,
Take only
gonna
photographs.
join me and Jake for a stroll?
Where to?
Not far, just along the river. Thought we might enjoy the fresh air before getting cooped up in that tin can again.
Yeah, that tin can.
What? Win like a horse in there, you know, especially after one of his chilly nights.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
I do
no.
not.
I'm just joshing you, Danny boy. Shall we?
It's my partner, old farting Danny.
You piece of shit, Danny.
Danny,
Beautiful, ain't it?
get on Facebook. We're trying to get our KPIs up, Danny.
This is also a nice scene.
Awfully rough
Hey, it's
water.
Trout. Is that Trout?
This ain't nothing. It gets real wild
What?
a little ways down.
What?
So this is where I want to
What
stop.
in the King's Quest?
Yeah, no, Sean. This is what I was alluding to earlier. When there's just not a lot of like gameplay.
Yeah.
It's just you're just kind of watching these people go on a kind of a chill adventure.
Yeah. There's like stuff that happens.
Yeah.
It's that kind of a.
And this is why it's fun to be the worst person in the universe and just be like,
Sure,
if
sure,
you
why
fall, I'm not saving you.
Yeah.
Like it matters.
Yeah, you ought to come down.
You fall in, won't be me that drags you out.
Who asked you to?
The world's rough enough without finding new ways to hurt yourself.
I'll pay these fussing old hens no mind, Sonny. I was the same at your age. Used to jump around trees like a lemur.
I'm good at climbing. Watch this.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
Was he a newsboy?
Cool.
What do you
Whoa.
Mighty impressive, son.
An incredible
good.
180, like a heel turn.
You're making me nervous.
Yeah.
You are a fussing hand. I told ya, I'm good at.
Oh no, I can even see it in the text.
Shit! What the hell do we do now?
Dead.
Oh my god!
Oh, Danny!
What?
Hot damn, it's got me. Hurry up and come on back to shore. I'm trying.
I can't swim.
Hold tight.
I'm not
Figure
helping.
something out.
There's a stick.
They're both gonna drown. Yeah,
Stick.
take the stick. Grab that
Stick.
stick. Stick on the ground.
Grab
Pick
the
up.
stick.
Feels kind of flimsy, but
Classic.
Oh, it's
Use
definitely gonna
stick.
murder them.
here.
This is
grab
definitely
onto
gonna
this.
kill them. Snap. Yup.
Oh god.
Danny dead.
All right.
No,
going.
no more chili.
Oh, good. He hit another rock.
Oh, we got one more shot
Hang on,
where it
Danny.
gets
Talk to him
really
again.
rough.
Take the crab to get back to shore.
Update me on the situation, Danny.
Get back to the wagon and fetch some rope.
I can't hold on that long. Can't you use something around here?
I can hoof
Here's
it.
a
It's up to you,
here's a
partner.
cactus. Can you knock the tree over? Don't go just
Gets
yet.
up in
Knock
them
the
around the
tree
bend.
over. Knock. Oh god damn it! You can't
It's
interact with the
especially-
tree.
Jake,
What?
Danny, we'll
Jake!
catch you around the
I
next
might
set of
have an idea,
rocks.
but I'll need something of yours.
Okay, what?
Your
Hand in marriage.
Your belt.
Give me your belt.
I guess
Okay,
your belts.
Sure. Take them.
Can you?
Select.
Tie them together.
Now I've got a double.
Use. Double belt.
I really don't want Danny to
Not how I
die.
would have done it, but okay.
Grab onto this.
I know.
Jake, a little help, please.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
Whoa.
That was some quick
The
thinking.
river
Oh my
is
God,
right
we-
behind me, isn't it?
Oh my god. All right. You know what? I'm glad Danny's okay, because part of me was worried that Danny was going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like maybe he could.
Especially given that I
thought we
was
were Dunsky.
I was fucking around with Cormac, and Cormac just literally, I got your rope, and he just goes headfirst into a pit.
I know, but then he was okay. Like I'm not sure what the lesson there was.
I feel like the lesson is to teach us that there are stakes in future situations with characters we actually
Potentially.
care about.
And don't go back to the wagon. Like going
Yeah.
back to the wagon takes too long.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that anything happens.
I have no idea.
I'll say, you're a true hero, Danny.
I just did what anybody would.
That's a load of
Well,
bull.
clearly
You
not.
know it.
Yeah, I mean, there were two other people right there.
You
Yeah.
wanted it to be done and didn't hesitate 1 second. Be proud of yourself.
If you had,
Danny.
you would have
You've
been on
earned
the,
it.
She's
the
right,
one
you
with the
know.
belts.
Damn fine instincts.
Hey, kid. How about a little gratitude for your rescuer? Danny here just saved your wretched back-talking.
Thanks, Miss.
Damn!
Yeah!
Hey, kid!
They must be worried.
Yeah, Ma and Pa got a camp nearby.
Run along then, son. Be sure
Man,
to tell
blah.
John that Jake's brave assistant, Danny Luo, saved your life.
And stay out of trees, little brat.
All right now. Let's head back to the others
Jeez.
so Danny can
Let's
relate
tie
to
him
Danny.
up with a rope and write poisoner and liar on there.
I'll catch up later.
Suit yourself, hero. Hey, don't be too long.
you mind a
They're gonna
little
walk
company?
into the fucking river. Okay.
Sure.
I'll have
I
what you're
just
having.
Needed a moment away from Jake anyway.
Well, you got a
I'm
moment.
glad you're here.
You know what?
Uh,
This I actually think is the most important thing that you can ask someone who's having a hard time, who's perceived to be having a hard time. It's how you feeling. And if they deflect, wait a little bit and then go, yeah, but how are you really doing? How you doing? How you feeling? They tell you some shit. Just keep drilling them with how you feeling, man.
Just keep doing it.
Just like, no matter what they say to you, just say, how are you doing? Just literally, anything they say, you just hit them with how you feeling.
What's going through your head right now?
I don't know. I guess I'm not sure how to feel. I mean, I should be happy, right? The kid's all right, we both made it back. But what if it had gone the other way? What I did was probably stupid. Leapt before I looked.
Platitudes,
Man,
Danny. Platitudes.
Yeah, I think he's a good man.
Yeah.
You're a good man, Danny.
Oh, Danny. You're a good man, you know that?
Oh,
You're a good man, Danny.
I feel like I'm always trying to prove something and always coming up short.
But you're at least trying. That puts you ahead of 99% of the human race in my book.
You are writing a book, aren't you?
Well, an article. I'll be sure to
theory.
say in it that Danny Luo is a man of action.
Well, if you write it, I guess it must be true.
That how it works? Then I'll also write that Harley Legere is a millionaire and a genius.
And a good friend.
See, now you lost
Don't
me.
forget that part. I
Oh,
appreciate the
and a
talk,
good
man.
friend.
Anytime. Let's get back to camp.
We haven't made it far at all. Oh my god!
We're
my
gonna
god!
have so many of these little scenelets.
So long.
Jesus!
This is the game.
Oh my god! The entire game is going to the Presidio. It's fucking taking forever. Oh my god! This is gonna be like. What was it, Siberia? Where the last thing you do
Siberia.
is get on a train to Siberia, and it's like, what are we supposed to get to Siberia? Is fucking the whole point. Oh my god.
This is 2025. This is mostly walking 2025 right here. This train.
Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure.
I'm still impressed at how you just jumped in after that kid.
I'm just glad we were.
You know that thing we
safe.
talked about?
It's nice to be on a team again, like old times.
Let's just go over some of these narrative beats again.
Yeah.
Team. Like those folks you
let's
mentioned before?
What was that
We
about
were
being on a
opposite.
team
My
before?
best friend Petey was our leader. Petey and I left El Presidio along with 5 of our friends. We were looking for
Petey
new
was my
lives
best
out
friend.
on the front
I was
side.
one of his
told
very
my
good
parents
friends.
we were pooling our money together to buy a farm, which was
We were farming our money to buy a pool.
Except we didn't actually have any money. Petey took charge
What?
and we all started off working odd jobs here and there. But he got impatient. He got it into his head.
Loud impatience.
Rob a stagecoach. I didn't much care for the idea. But once Petey put his mind to something, there was no turning back. So the big day came and things didn't go
Robbing
so
a stagecoach.
well. Petey didn't
Not
like it.
easy.
I was the only one who did.
I'm sorry.
Me too. I just wish I'd said something more. Push back harder on the whole idea. But honestly, talking about it helped.
See, told you.
Thanks.
See,
Well,
said
Danny,
so.
Yeah.
I think we can help you get
But
past
how
some
are
of
you
this.
really feeling?
Hey.
There
We
it
booked
is.
you at a we booked you at a rage room today.
You think that charlatan at the spring learned his lesson?
I doubt he'll be trying that little scheme again anytime soon.
I actually
appreciate
think
the
he
chat.
might.
Anytime, Har.
Folks, we're making a brief stop. My legs could use a
We've
stretch.
gone 200
Same
yards. I think it's time to make camp. Dude,
What
like,
the hell?
Now that is
Okay,
some
Taj
truly
Mahal.
impressive architecture. Do you think so? Truly? That it does
who is this guy?
impress?
I don't know. He is Steve.
All right. All right.
Did
That
you
is a
build
neat
this?
building. Neat
Where the
building.
hell did this come from?
Yeah, this
we
really.
gotta go with neat.
Yeah, this really is a neat building.
I
All
agree. It's got a certain kind of picturesque.
Hey, that's not what we
quality.
clicked on.
Are you the architect of this structure, sir?
I am indeed visionary, architect, and sole laborer. My name is Vilja Sirkas. What you see before you is a monument to love.
How do you mean?
This is my marriage proposal to my darling Marta.
Jesus.
Every stone you see has been placed by my hand with utmost care.
He
Soon
started
shall
it
be
when she was 12.
and my castle will have its queen.
Damn, fella. You're making the rest of us menfolk look bad.
I'm going into town to pick up a few things.
There's a town?
Town? You said brief stop.
There's also cabins. And I as well.
Why didn't we stop in town?
Not in town.
Not in town. We decided to
'Cause we're
stop
on the
not
freeway.
in town. All right, I mean, like, here's the thing that's weird, Sean. We're done for the day. This is the 4th day that Lee and I have played this game.
All right.
I don't know. Because, like, this is one of the most unusual gaming experiences I've had where I'm just watching things happen.
Yeah.
And I'm compelled. Like,
I mean, occasionally a boy falls into the river.
Yeah, and we're learning a little bit about these characters, including Nadine's uncomfortable posture. That every time I see her, I just do this and start feeling pain in my mid back.
It really is like a game about just not writing your fucking article. Like it's just, that's it.
Thank you.
Right. I mean, it's gonna take us a month minimum to get to Presidio and back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like
wait, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
what do we not have an article due? Like
General IT's
I
is
guess-
literally like absolutely case in point example says, does this feel more or less interactive than Harold Halibut? Yeah, both of those games were so light on interaction.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of stuff. But like
Yeah.
this, I would describe this game as cleaner and more focused than Harold Halibut. Because Harold Halibut, it's like you can go all over this handcrafted world. And this is a lot more.
But
controlled
Harold
and composed.
Halibut had these moments of doing something like just really unexpected with the form.
Yeah.
Not just the narrative, right? Like all of a sudden we're, I forget, like playing Tetris in 0G or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to shout out Fritter7 says the thumbhead cactus is back, and that is true.
That's a good point. Yeah. No.
Look at that cactus.
Yeah, especially with my shaved head. Like if I like really tuck my chin and like double chin it and like look down, I mean it's indistinguishable from a thumb. It's incredible. So I need to present a bit of a pickle to my co-host here.
Okay.
I am out next week, the week after that, and the week after that.
All
And
right.
therefore the next Mostly Walking is on June 30th.
Okay.
And so I'm going to vote, but I'm still open to suggestions. I'm going to vote on a new game.
Okay.
Purely
down for a
because
new
the
game.
gap is so big, and also this is a lot less us working together to solve puzzles and a lot more
Right.
us just watching a story that
Watching
has
stuff happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good time for this one to we can throw it to chat if they want to finish the game on their own. You know.
For sure.
They can buy the game. Buy the game.
I got a taste of it.
Yeah, and
you got
the
a
developer
taste.
of this game, Grundislav Games, made Shard Light that we played start to finish, including where you'll remember we shot a man in the dick with a crossbow and then cut his head off. Great gaming moment. Now, at some point, I was wondering if you darlings would be interested in playing a I got wildly distracted and my brain went blank. Let me try it again.
Cool.
I was wondering if you guys would be interested in playing a viewer day-night created game called Azuv, where the three of us are walking through the desert.
Yeah, sure.
Together.
Oh,
We'll play Azuv.
rad. That sounds insane.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that one.
Now that we're all back. There's also, and so I want to do that, I also want to check out the new Wajidai game, Old Skies.
I desperately want to play
Aye.
Old Skies. Yeah.
Wajidai? I'm always down for a Wajidai guy.
A Wajidai? Yeah, so I think that maybe Old Skies into a Zoov is probably the play. So that way it's
Zoov.
hey, Corius, I heard you made a Zoov. We're going to stream it on the day that's guaranteed to have the lowest viewership all year, which is when I come back from a month off.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, man. No, I figured we'll do some Old Skies and then do some Azuvin. So,
Cool.
Sick.
That sounds good.
Well, let me just say, Sean, it was great to have you back. Lee, it was great to have you 4 weeks in a row.
Thank you.
And to all of you darlings, we will walk in a month. But for now, we rest.
There we go.
There it is.
We sleep.
I mean, I'm streaming tomorrow and Wednesday. I'm going to be playing Blueprints. All y'all should play Blueprints. The game's amazing.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.